What is the longest you've ever gone without a shower? About 4 to 5 months. Was homeless at the time, so 4 months. My first deployment to Iraq, and we didn't have the infrastructure or resources yet to afford to lose water to showering. It stinks so bad over there that you couldn't even tell anyway. 2 months. Depression plus no water at home. 3 months. But I was living on a beach and still washed in the sea. 2 or 3 weeks in my most depressed times. I'm not exactly sure, but at least a few years. Context. Military deployment. 3 months. Several weeks. I was volunteering to build a mile of switchbacks in Northern California in a national park near Waiaka when I was 16. There were no shower facilities and the river was melted snow and freezing. I gave myself a sponge bath. But it didn't work well. 9 months. Inside my mother's uterus. About 2 weeks. 3 weeks and 2 days. Bad depression. Currently about 9 years. I don't have a shower. Just a bath, haha. A week probably. Maybe a week. I was going through a pretty bad depression crisis. Probably 3 days. Oh, how I miss RuneScape. 15 days one turkey hunting season. Did take a dip in the lake a number of times though. I made some serious use of baby wipes, rolling on the floor laughing. 3 days. 6 days. A few years. I think it was when I was a teenager. Maybe 13 to 14. 3 months. For no reason other than I didn't want to. 1 month. Didn't change clothes either and ruined one of my favorite shirts. Fuck depression. A month. Was in nature, so I washed in the river. Little bit over a week. Around 2 weeks or so in the wilderness on a trip. But I took a bath in a creek a few times. Context. Backpacking, hiking, about 2 weeks. 15 days. 48 hours. Was down with a fever and couldn't get out of bed. About 9 months. 4 to 5 days when I was in a really dark place mentally. Didn't even notice the days passive me by. 3 weeks when I was super depressed. 3 days I was on a camping trip with a few friends of mine, and let me tell ya, baby wipes are an absolute must when going out. 6 days. Winter. No sweat. 7.5 days. Boy Scout camping. 4 to 5 years. I prefer to take a bath instead of a shower. 12 hours. 1 week. I was at summer camp. They only allowed us one 5-minute cold shower every day. I opted out of that crap. 1 day. 1 day. Army long. A week cause I was simply lazy. A week during of the worst winters some years ago. 7 days, during winter. About a month during a crazy depressive stage. It was my first time dealing with depression. And it had been going on a good long while before it got to the no shower stage. It was a good shower too. First 8 years of my life. We bathed in a tub on the farm. We moved to town. And there was a shower in our rental house. Then in college I had a job on another farm. And bathed in the stock pond all summer. There's more than one way to clean your body. Since I was a kid. 48 hours. Last time I went longer than that I was probably no older than 11 years old. I'm 42 now. I just can't stand that greasy feeling on my skin and hair. It drives me crazy. 10 weeks because of breaking 5 bones in my foot. Not recommended. 3 months when deployed to Afghanistan. 2 days whilst in hospital. No matter how tired or drunk. I will always shower before bed and often in the AM as well. 2 months. I was living on a farm where the only water source was a pump in the yard. I bathed in a river that ran through the back of the property. It was great. 3 weeks. When I was in middle school, high school, I wasn't on antidepressants yet, so I couldn't control my depression, and I don't think there was ever a time I showered 3 days in a row consistently. 63 days it sucked. Lots of bird baths. Betcha the Taliban could smell us. A few days when my shower was redone. 5 to 2 weeks every summer. When I'm out sailing in the archipelago. I do wash in the ocean though. I just don't shower. Kareem Jordan. 10 minutes. Like 2 weeks. Was 15 I think. Had just gotten my first epileptic seizure and a concussion. Probably 1 month, was depressed at that time. Months if not years. I don't like showers, but I take bath every day. 4 days. Camping trip was wild, but I usually jumped in the river's water to help. A couple weeks. Hunting trips are hardcore. 2.5 weeks. Went right from showerless music festival to middle of the woods camping. I did rinse off in a river though lol. I think from Wednesday to Sunday when I was at a music festival. 2 months. I was in a survival camp without any water to shower. A week when I was camping and/or traveling on a budget. AKA sleeping in a car. Still went swimming for somewhat of a cleanse. A month. Parents never enforced it after the divorce, and that bad habit carried through teenage years, and then bad depression and anxiety kept it going through early adulthood. Doing a lot better recently. Now it's usually only like 3 to 5 days.